Do you know what your wife wishes you understood about her but can't tell you? Did you know that there are things in a woman's body that silently change after 50, things you as a man have no idea about? A few days ago, a 62-year-old man came to my clinic, sat in front of me, looked at me with a puzzled expression and said, "Dr. Mariana, there's a distance between my wife and me that I don't understand. She says she's tired and I feel like she doesn't want me. I don't know what to do." I looked at him and said, "You're not the problem and she's not the problem. The problem is that no one has explained what's going on. This video isn't just for men, it's for any couple who wants to understand each other after many years together. If you're a man over 50 or a woman who wants to send a message to her husband, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to tell men what their wives can't say. And I'm going to reveal secrets that, if a man understood them, would completely transform his marriage. I'm Dr. Mariana, a urologist with over 15 years of experience. My specialty means I sit with men and women every day who talk to me about the most sensitive topics in their lives. I've sat with thousands of couples who thought their relationship was over, that their best days were behind them. Time and again, I've seen how a single piece of correct information, a simple understanding, can restore the connection, closeness, and intimacy they thought were lost forever. Before we get into the topic, please hit the like button now and let me know in the comments which country you're watching from. I love seeing where our followers are from, and I love connecting with every man and woman in our Arab world who takes their health and relationships seriously. Let me be frank with you. There's a huge gap in our Arab societies that no one talks about. Men change after 50 and they know it. They feel the changes in their energy and abilities, and they might even seek solutions or consult a doctor. But what about their wives? Does a man know what's happening in her body? Does he know that she's undergoing massive hormonal, physical, and psychological changes that are no less significant than his own? The first problem is that most men interpret their wives' changes as a personal rejection. They tell themselves, "She doesn't love me anymore," or "She doesn't care anymore." This misinterpretation destroys the relationship from within. The second problem is that the woman herself often doesn't know how to explain what she's going through. She feels the change but doesn't have the words or the courage to say, "My body has changed and I need you to understand." The third and most serious problem is mutual silence. He's silent because he's frustrated, and she's silent because she's ashamed, and the distance between them grows larger every day, like an unhealed wound. Imagine trying to open a door with an old key. The door hasn't changed and the key hasn't broken, but the lock has and needs a different key. That's exactly what happens in a relationship after 50. That's why today I'm going to share with you 7 facts that most men don't know about women after 50. Facts that, if you understand them, will completely change your view of your wife and your relationship. Fact 1. Her body is undergoing a silent hormonal revolution. Medically speaking, after menopause, a woman experiences a sharp drop in estrogen, the primary hormone responsible for almost everything: tissue moisture, skin elasticity, blood flow, and even mood and sleep. Imagine her body having operated on a specific system for 30 years or more, and suddenly that system is completely changed. This isn't because she's ill, but because it's a natural phase every woman's body goes through. Emotionally, this change doesn't only affect the body. A woman may feel she's lost a part of her identity. She looks in the mirror and sees a different person, and she may feel less attractive or less feminine. She won't tell you this because she doesn't want you to see her as weak. Practically speaking, what she needs from you as a man is for you to understand that this change is real and natural, and it's not her fault. Don't blame her or compare her to how she was 10 years ago. Instead, encourage her to see a doctor to have her hormone levels checked and discuss available treatment options. The second fact: if she is avoiding intimacy, the reason is most likely not you. This is a fact every man needs to hear. Medically, more than 60% of postmenopausal women experience vaginal dryness. This means the tissues become thin, dry, and less elastic, and intercourse becomes actually painful. Not uncomfortable, but painful. Imagine walking in tight shoes that hurt with every step. Would you enjoy the walk? Of course not. You'd avoid it. That's exactly what happens to her. Emotionally, she feels guilty for not being able to be the way she used to be. She fears the pain, and she feels sad seeing her partner frustrated and not knowing how to fix the situation. Practically speaking, there are simple and effective medical solutions: daily vaginal moisturizers, water-based intimate lubricants before intercourse, and in some cases, topical estrogen creams prescribed by a doctor. Results appear within 2 to 4 weeks, but the first step starts with you. Gently and without pressure, ask her how she feels. Abu Abdullah, aged 64, came to me saying, "Doctor, my wife is avoiding me. Every time I get close to her, she makes up some excuse." I asked him to bring his wife on his next visit. Abdullah, aged 59, came, and after a few minutes of talking, she began to cry and said, "I swear, doctor, I want him, but every time I'm in unbearable pain, and I'm too ashamed to tell him." When Abu Abdullah understood the truth, he looked at his wife and said, "Why didn't you tell me sooner? I thought you didn't want me." After a month and a half of using the simple topical treatment, Abu Abdullah called me and said, "Doctor, I don't know how to thank you. It's like we're young again." The third fact, she needs to feel the desire before she feels the desire. Number 3 is a truth that men find difficult to grasp. Scientifically, research has proven that female arousal, especially after the age of 50, doesn't begin spontaneously as it often does for men. A woman first needs to feel emotionally secure and close, then physical desire gradually develops. Doctors call this pattern delayed response, and it's perfectly normal. Think of it this way. You, as a man, might be like a switch that works with a single touch, but she's like a stove that needs to heat up gradually before reaching the desired temperature. Emotionally, when a man expects his wife to respond immediately and she doesn't, he feels rejected. She feels pressured and guilty. This creates a negative cycle that worsens over time. Practically speaking, start with emotional connection hours before any physical intimacy. A kind word in the morning, a text message during the day, help with something she needs, sitting down and talking with her in the evening, all of this gradually fuels her desire. The fourth fact, non-sexual touch is more important than you imagine. This secret is a game changer for many couples. Biologically, tender touch triggers the release of oxytocin in a woman's brain, the hormone of love, bonding, and security. This hormone reduces stress, fosters feelings of closeness, and paves the way for physical desire. But here's the crucial point. Touch must be without expectations. Emotionally, many women over 50 complain of the same thing. "My husband only touches me when he wants something." This makes her feel like an object, not a partner. Over time, she begins to be wary of any touch because she associates it with a demand she can't always fulfill. Practically speaking, start with simple touches throughout the day without any intention. Hold her hand while walking, put your hand on her shoulder as you pass by, give her a hug from behind while saying good morning. Do this for weeks without expecting anything in return. You'll be surprised by the result. Faisal, at 57, told me something I'll never forget. "Doctor, all I want is for him to hug me without wanting anything in return." When I relayed this to her husband in a joint session, I saw the shock in his eyes. He said, "I swear, I didn't know this was so important to her." He started hugging her every day, holding her hand while watching television, and kissing her forehead before bed. Just 3 weeks later, Faisal told me, "Doctor, ever since he started hugging me every day, I've become closer to him." Fifth fact, your physical health directly affects her desire. Stop for a moment, because this is a very important fact that many men overlook. Biologically, a man's physical health directly impacts the quality of his intimate relationship. Excess weight, poor fitness, loud snoring, and neglecting personal hygiene all send negative messages to your wife, even if you don't say them aloud. Emotionally, women are attracted to men who take care of themselves. Not because they are superficial, but because your attention to your health tells her, "I'm taking care of myself for you and for our future together." Practically speaking, start by walking for 30 minutes daily. Reduce your intake of processed foods and sugars. Drink enough water, and get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. And get a comprehensive medical checkup if you haven't in a while. Your health isn't just for you, it's a gift to your wife and family. Sixth fact, words do what no medicine can. And the number 6 is a secret most men underestimate. Scientifically, studies prove that verbal appreciation stimulates the brain's reward centers in the same way that material rewards do. A sincere compliment releases a surge of dopamine and oxytocin in a woman's brain. Emotionally, a woman over 50 goes through a phase where she questions her attractiveness and her place in his life. Am I still beautiful in his eyes? Does he still see me? Am I still important? These questions run through her mind even if she never voices them. A single word from you can answer all of them. Practically speaking, tell her something beautiful and sincere every day. "The food was delicious today. You look so beautiful. I'm so lucky to have you." Don't wait for a special occasion. A simple, everyday compliment is more powerful than a bouquet of flowers on your wedding anniversary. And remember, A genuine compliment about something specific is far more powerful than a generic compliment. Seventh truth: patience is your most powerful tool. And the last and most important fact of all: biologically, a woman's body after 50 needs more time to respond. This isn't a flaw, it's physiological. Just as your body as a man has changed and you no longer run like you did in your 20s, her body has also changed and needs a different rhythm. Emotionally, when a man feels frustrated and rushes or pressures her, she feels tense and guilty, which further dampens desire. But when she feels you are patient and understanding, and that you're not judging her solely on her physical response, something magical happens. She relaxes, opens up, and begins to connect again. Practically speaking, don't set a schedule or calculate results. Focus on building emotional closeness daily, and trust that the body will follow the feelings. Many of my patients who have applied this principle have told me, "Doctor, when I stopped rushing, everything became even better than before." So here's your simple action plan to get you started today. The first step: sit down with your wife this week and ask her honestly and kindly, "How can I be closer to you?" And listen to her without being defensive and without interrupting. Step 2. Start with daily, loving gestures without expectations. Hug her, hold her hand, say something nice to her every day. Step 3. Gently encourage her to visit a doctor to discuss any physical symptoms that are bothering her. If she wants to go together, that's even better. 3 simple steps. In just a few weeks, you'll notice a real difference in your relationship. Not because something magical happened, but because you finally understood what she needed from you but couldn't express. I want to say something important to every man watching this video. If you're feeling frustrated, confused, or even angry about the changes in your marriage, you're not alone. Your wife isn't the problem and you aren't the problem. Life changes and bodies change, but love, communication, and intimacy can grow even more beautiful with each passing year. Even after 50, 60, and beyond, you are capable of building a deeper and more beautiful relationship than before. It's never too late. If you found this video helpful, please like it so it reaches other men who need to hear this. Let me know in the comments which of these 7 facts surprised you the most. I love reading your comments and replying to them personally. Share this video with a friend, brother, or neighbor. You might be the reason a marriage is saved. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my weekly videos about men's and women's health after 50. I'm Dr. Mariana, and I want to remind you that after 50, marriage doesn't end. It just needs to be understood in a new way. Take care of yourself and your loved ones, and I'll see you in the next video. Remove these words.